In this video, I'll be sharing with you a typical trade entry that you can adopt as a beginner's trader. Remember, the trend is always your friend. So you begin by determining the trend. So when you look at this price movement, you can see that price has been bearish. Of course, you can see that we have this lower high, have this lower low, have this lower high, and we'll have this lower low. So price is in a typical downtrend. So if you observe carefully, you realize that here is our point of interest. We'll have this other block here. That is our OB, which is our other block. And then from here to this point is our fair value gap. So price eventually return from this zone, fill into this fair value gap, went inside and mitigate this other block. So if you look at this carefully, you realize that price actually came into this other block, from here, mitigate it, and then you can see how it sell for a reasonable extent. So we are expecting that when price mitigate this other block, the price is supposed to do what? Because here becomes our new lower high. We are expecting price to create a new lower low. So this low is supposed to come all the way to below this previous lower low to give us a new lower low here. Unfortunately, price pulled to this level and then reverse back to the upside. So because of this event, we are not certain of this sell continuation. So if price should close above this high, which is this point you are seeing, if this price should eventually close above it here, it becomes a break of structure. But so far so good, price is still inside of this other block. And if you look carefully, we are having a liquidity that is sitting here. Because this becomes a double top. This is our first top, this is our second top. So this is a double top and there's a liquidity that is sitting at this zone. So price can now push to the upside to take away the liquidity that is sitting here. So if price take away this liquidity as it rallies up and return back inside, it becomes what? It becomes a liquidity sweep. If it closes and return with a wick, it will become a liquidity sweep, and then we are hoping that this sell will now move from there to take the liquidity of this side in order to give us a new lower low. Otherwise, if this price closes above that zone, as you can see, if it closes here with the body of the candle, it automatically becomes a break of structure. And then if we should have that break of structure, of course, we will now be looking at here becoming our other block. Here will become what? Our other block. They will say that this is a change of character. The price has already given us a new higher low and a higher low. If only we had a breakout. And they will confirm that this is an institutional movement because already we have an imbalance here. And then this will also be another taste of imbalance depending on what happens. So there are tendency. The price can pull into this zone, get rejection and continue to sell. Or price will pull into this zone, break above this, close with a wick back into this zone as a liquidity sweep. Or price will break out of this zone, come here, retest it, can continue to the upside as a break of structure. Or price will break out of this zone, pull back into this other block, then before going to the upside. So for now, we are still hoping if price got into this zone, gave us a bearish confirmation, either a pin bar or an engulfing bearish candle, it becomes a sell opportunity. And if it breaks out of that zone successfully to the upside, closes above this level, and it closes here, it becomes a break of structure. And if it closes, it went up there and then return with a wick like this, it becomes what? It becomes a liquidity sweep. So which means we'll still be looking for opportunity to sell. But if it closes above this and remain there, it means it's a break of structure. I'll be looking for a buying opportunity. So that is how simple you can do your analysis and have your trade entry. And I believe that you have learned something new. Please do not forget to like, to share, to subscribe, turn on your notifications so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video. Thank you and see you in the subsequent video.